Hello. Today we're going to look at doing mathematical equations in Excel. For example, I have a whole bunch that I've preset and pre-prepped over here on the left, and on the right-hand side you can see where number one goes, number two, and the solution. Some of these you can actually put more than one number in. For example, if you're doing like mathematical products, those things you can add more numbers because you can, increase the mathematical equation. Things like power, you only have two numbers. You have the number that you're raising to the power and what power you're raising it to. So 5 squared is 25. 5 to the third power, or cubed, is 125. So therefore the solution's over here. You can see up top, like each equation has a system. It has the equal sign that says this is going to equal power, which is the function, and it says number and the power. So B5, I typed that in, and it took B5 right here. So I went down B, and it went to the fifth row, and it went across, and that's where it found B5. And it raises it to C5 right here. C went over to 5. It raised it to that power. So you can adjust these things. For example, as you just saw, that I was clicking on this, and I clicked on this, and they've changed it already to raise 3 to the third power. So yeah, it says C5 to C5. If I change this to B5, and I hit OK, or just kind of go down here, you see it changes the equation. I could even tell it to go down to, let's see, I could say go to C3. So we'll go C3. And now, oh, hold on. Let me undo that step. Seems like it's, doesn't like it. I have it in here twice. I only want it in there once. So now, it took 13 and put it to the third power. So here's C3, and then here is C5. So it took C3 and put it to the power of C5. So 13 to the third. And you can even see it if I click on here. The blue corresponds to that blue number. The green corresponds to that green number. So that's how some of the functions work. You could type in the function at any time, copy and paste this, copy and paste the options, change the column numbers. Obviously, this is how the formula is laid out. Equal sign, all caps, the name of the function. The first number and the second number. You can see at most of these, they have different options like this B2, C2, but it's using not semicolon, it's using colon. So it's, most of these things, they use a certain layout. So it's either a comma or a colon, truncate. You see it just takes the decimals off. So, this second number corresponds to how many decimals it goes. So 2 decimals. So it went to 6, 7 instead of 4, 5, 9. It took off the 2. If I were to change this or even just take it out, it'll automatically just truncate it all the way to the number 2. Take all the decimals off. If I said 1, same thing as 2.6. If I said 4, it would take off the very last digit, which is the 9. Subtraction, you have to use sum. There's no function for subtracting, but you put a -2 in there, and it'll actually do minus problems. So, for example, if I had maybe 11 minus 2, that's 9. Maybe if I had it -5, 6. I mean, you have to have the minus in there, or otherwise, if you take it out, then it'll add. So make sure to check your minuses. The way you can extend problems, like if you have a preset mathematical equation, you just go in here, add a comma, type in another number or another column, cell, so one of these cells. So I could go, I'll say one of our cells is B10 or B3. So I'll type in B3. And now it adds it to the equation. So I can hit enter, and then it adds it together right here. So it says you can add extra numbers to it. 11 minus 5 plus 10. So that's how the equation works. You can keep adding numbers. So if you look at this, that was 21 minus 5, that's 16. So what I would do is if you ever need to make an equation, you can take this file. I'll put it on my website, and you can look at it. Also, the mathematical equations are in here. You just click on a column, click on the math equation. It tells you how to lay it out. I mean, they're all here. It even explains how it works. You know, number is that number, tangent angle that you want. You know, and then even when you put in the equation, so if I were to say put in, let's see, let's go to odd. So if I wanted to, it makes the value rounds it to the nearest odd integer. If I put that in there, it says, oh, it contains an error. So the thing is, it's saying it doesn't have anything to round or put to an odd number. So I'm going to tell it to pull from B11, which is this right here. Now that I've put in that, I'm okay, I'm good. I'm going to put in something here in B11. So for example, maybe 11.5, it'll round to 13 because it's after 11, so it rounds up to the next odd number. So you can always go back and add information. You can tell the function first, or you could even say, I'm going to put in 155, and I'm going to say minus 23, and I'm going to do a subtraction using the add formula. Over here, there's actually an auto sum. So if I were to select these three columns, the last column will turn into an auto sum. So now it adds those three together. So it treats it like a subtraction, but there it is. And you can put descriptions over here. I did this because I wanted you to be able to see how some of the different common functions you might use in Excel for spreadsheets and how do you actually create them. So if I wanted to take all of these and then do a auto sum, it'll auto sum all these numbers down here, all those numbers right there. So you can pretty much, it says B2, B12. So it goes all the way through. So B2 through B12. And then this one is from C2 all the way through C12. So that's how that works. Obviously, the colon is the through sign, and the comma is just another number. Instead of it going through, it just takes this and that. So if you have any questions, leave a comment, and hopefully this helped. Talk to you later.